phone's ringing, and it says Central Texas Nephrology. And I was like, this is not good. Transplant sounds like that's like a shock word to most people. You hear transplant and you think like, oh, that person's gonna die.
In the year 2020, there were over 90,000 people on the kidney transplant list. At the same time, there were a mere 17,000 people on the donor list.
Come walk with me down the only road we know.
We all know how that turned out.
Everyone get your drinks up or water since you all went too crazy last night. Cheers to Hannah and Tyler, and cheers to a great weekend.
Toast up, man. No.
We were both directors for our houses for homecoming at OSU.
And so then one day Tyler texted me and said, hey, let's go grab some Chick-fil-A on campus in the Union, and we can talk more about homecoming. And I'm like, cool, that sounds great. And in Tyler's head, he is like, this is a date.
That was our first date. Our first date was at Chick-fil-A in the student union at OSU.
That was a strategy meeting, still in my book.
It was our first date, and since then it's just been everything I could have hoped for.
How about a round of applause for these two? After all they've been through with a kidney transplant and then the COVID, the good Lord has really blessed our family. And with the love that these two have shown for each other, it brings us to where we are today. We're glad there's someone who loves him as much as we do, someone to share him with. So, here's to you both, and to all of us basking in the radiance of your joy.
I go to Waco. I start my 3 years at Baylor, at the law school. Hannah finishes up, and then COVID hits.
Tyler and I would go out to dinner in Waco, just kind of relax, and every week or so, every 2 weeks, he would come home and just say, oh, I do not feel good.
Didn't really think anything of it as you're
We're too
stressed
busy.
out.
We've got all this stuff
going on. I just thought that was what I was supposed to feel like. It's supposed to be hard. Baylor is known for being one of the most competitive schools. I didn't realize that I was sick.
July 4th weekend comes. I was exposed. Somebody had it.
We really didn't think it was COVID. We was like,
Yeah.
there's no way she has COVID.
Yeah. Turns out I had it.
Yes.
We're worried. We're saying, oh, I bet Tyler's gonna get it.
I walk into urgent care. I was like, hey, my fiance has been tested positive. I just want to get tested. And they take my blood pressure. And the guy was like, you're in the stroke range. Something's wrong. Week and a half later, go to see a family doctor in Waco, do some tests. He calls me at 9 p.m. Her and I are walking. I was walking like the doctor said. And I was like, this is not good. This is a family doctor. They don't work late. Something's wrong. And he said, I am worried that your kidneys are failing. Your kidneys are functioning at 19%. We start to get worried at 60%, so you're far beyond that. We do more blood work, I'm down to 16%, and it's getting worse very quickly. A couple weeks later, have a biopsy. August 24th, we got the call that my kidneys were indeed failing and that you're gonna need a kidney transplant. And I said, okay, well, how do I get on the list and where do I need to go? I don't want anyone to donate to me. I don't want anyone to do that. He said the average wait time for a kidney is 5 years. There's no way you're gonna be able to wait that long. And so immediately Hannah, a ton of people we know, my mom was one of the biggest ones saying, stop being ridiculous. You're gonna let someone donate to you. Let's start getting tested.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, we're ready too.
You look beautiful. Wow, it's awesome.
What do you think?
Baby girl, you look beautiful. You ready? You look
You look so good. I saw your little cute butt over there.
Oh my God, you look amazing.
You like it?
I love it.
Tyler, I thank God every day for you. Homecoming. And our perfectly weft love story. You're the greatest gift I could have asked for in this lifetime, and any other one too. Despite challenge after challenge and all of the heartbreak and love that life has brought, this day has finally come.
Peter, Hannah, and Tyler's mom, Robin, we all went in and got tested together.
The first round was the blood round, and we find out that all 4 of us are a match for Tyler, which is like the most insane thing, and we're all really excited, obviously.
They said this is a 1 in a billion chance that all 4 people match. This is incredible. You're super lucky.
We're gonna pursue it with Mark because he's a guy, and we'll pursue it with Peter too a little bit, but Mark is like the kind of guy too, especially in this situation, he was like, it's me.
Yeah.
It is me 100%. I'm gonna do it.
He had decided for all of us that he was doing it.
Yeah.
My love, where could I possibly start to tell you how much I love you? You've grown so much since we first met at the Z, where I fell in love on the first night. You make me the happiest man on earth, and I cannot wait to be your husband. You stood by my side through so many battles, from homecoming, getting through Baylor Law, where we both became lawyers, and most importantly, the transplant.
We had gone with the plan to do it mid to late December, and at that point, I knew I was very, very sick. My phone's ringing, and she said, "Where are you right now?" And I said, "I'm at work." And she said, "What I need you to do is drive straight to the hospital. We got your blood work back. Your kidney function is at 3%. Your potassium is so high, your heart could stop at any second. We're worried that you're going to die before you get to the hospital." I immediately called my boss, Professor Powell. He is the baddest of the baddest.
He's just like, go, do what you need to do.
He said, "We're praying for you, do what you gotta do."
Professor Powell is like up on stage at the church, and he's just like, we need to pray for Tyler, and like everybody who is here loves him and adores him, and like this is the scariest time for them, and like they don't know what's happening. It's just nice to hear it.
I had surgery the next morning. They put a port in my chest. I started dialysis.
We call Mark and we're like, hey, it might be go time. Like this might be
We might need to get this over with now.
the time to happen. We call Peter.
And he clearly wasn't feeling well, and he said, hey, I think we're gonna need the kidneys sooner than later.
I will rescue you when the storms come. I will rescue you when the waves come. I will rescue you when there's no way you can run. When you can't move, there's nothing you can do. I will rescue you.
And so I went down and did a CT scan and found out that I wasn't going to be a match for Tyler. So that was pretty tough. And I think at that point, I felt kind of bad.
And he was like, I tried to plead with the doctors and Amy and say, I'll sign whatever waivers I need to sign. I don't care if I get sick down the road. I want to donate a kidney.
With my whole heart, I take you as my wife.
I promise to help shoulder our challenges, for there is no thing we cannot face if we stand together.
We had come so far, we were so close, I was feeling so much better, and this like just ruined everything. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is horrible. What are we gonna do? Hannah like just looks at me, and I could see it in her face. She was like, I'm doing it. And I was like, no. And he's like, I don't want you.
I will be yours in plenty and in want, in sickness. In sickness and in health, in failure and in triumph.
And I will dream with you, celebrate with you, and walk beside you through whatever our lives may bring. You're my person, my love, and my life, today and always. For one lifetime with you could never be enough.
They did not want to use my mom because of her age. Like, she's just older, so her kidney possibly wouldn't last as long. I think at that point, her mindset turned to what the mindset my dad had. We're not going to be able to donate the kidney. What can we do to make this the best process for the both of Hannah and Tyler? And anything we needed, they had. They cooked dinner for us for 3 months. They let us just relax and just like not have any worries in the world. So at that point, it was Hannah and Peter, and Hannah had decided she was going to do it.
It's got to be me. Peter, there's a reason why Peter is not here right now, for some reason in the universe.
Yeah, this is all part of God's plan for us.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm the only person, and I'm starting to regret that I was not hydrated all my life, because that's a big part of it.
You know, just seeing one of our good friends that young in a state of, life or death really is, I guess, a bizarre feeling, being someone you know forever and being as young as we are.
No, November 11th is the day they called, and she says that Hannah is a complete match, that she can donate a kidney to me. It was like the best and the worst call, because I didn't want her to have to go through that for me. We get to the week of surgery. Hannah's mom, Rosie, flies into Houston, and it was awesome to have her in town.
Like the night before, we're kind of like laying in bed, and we just like look at each other, and we like know what's coming.
It didn't have to be said. It's like one of us could die tomorrow.
That's what it is. And so, I mean, we're both just people where we're like, okay, but yeah, but we would do it for each other. And I'd kind of come to terms with, I may not wake up from the surgery, and it's okay. Like, if I don't wake up, Tyler is okay. And Dr. Kulkarni, he was like, my priority is you. If at any point you cannot take the surgery, something starts to go wrong, my priority is you. And I said, do not do that. I have made it this far, and Tyler has made it this far. I said, you do everything that you can to get that little organ into Tyler's body.
By the power vested in me by the great state of Louisiana, I pronounce you husband and wife. Tyler, you may kiss your bride.
I wake up and we're in the recovery room, and my first thought was like, where's Hannah? She was like down the room from me. I could see her, and I was like, are you okay? Like, and she's like, same thing. Are you okay? How are you feeling? Blah, blah. They were like, the kidney is functioning amazing. Like, all your numbers are looking much better.
So Hannah, You're the reason we're all here today, and we thank you for that.
Hannah also got through some tough times, moving several times, the kidney transplant, and Katrina. If it wasn't for Katrina, Hannah would have never moved, and she probably never would have made it to OSU to meet Tyler.
You like it?
You're beautiful, yeah. You're beautiful. I'm proud of you. There's a saying, 2 is always better than 1. Also, if you have God in your heart, you'll have a blessed life. I love you guys.
Let that part of your story be a reminder to you guys. Let it be a reminder to trust in God, to be of one mind, one flesh. Check, you kind of got that. Submit to one another, and God will provide for your marriage.
I'm the luckiest person on earth. I've got the best support system. I've got the best friend. I've got the best fiance. So many things went my way. You know, you can't even write a story with this many good turns.
I can't thank you enough for saving my life. You're the most selfless, caring, and passionate person ever. Everyone you meet is infected with your joy. Everyone you meet falls in love with you, and that's why we have so many people in our corner.
All of this has shown us, like, people just come out of the woodwork for the people that they love, and you may not even think of them, and you just see them and you're like, oh, I forgot you're in my corner.
It all worked out.
Well, don't relax. He might need another one in 20 years. You're up.
Hey, I got it. I got it.